Good evening. It is 6:32. We'll go ahead and get the work session started. We're going to review the work session agenda for October 14th, 2025. We have approval of the agenda, which are the regular meeting and work session minutes from September 23rd, 2025, as well as the executive session minutes. And we have what appears to be an amendment to ordinance 2025-07. And if Mr. Baker would like to take the floor.
Thank you, Madam Pro Tem, Council and citizens and employees. This is a amendment to the previously passed but not yet signed alcohol ordinance. And I would draw your attention to the section ordinances and resolutions in your packet. And this is the ordinance 2025-07 amended. And this is an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances, City of Morrow, Georgia, by amending Chapter 2, Alcoholic Beverages, under Title 9, Licensing and Regulation, to provide for codification, to provide for severability, to repeal conflicting ordinances, and to provide an adoption date, and to provide an effective date, and for other purposes allowed by law. The next page, everybody there? Next page has ordinance 2025-07, proposed changes marked with red lines. Following that is the ordinance that we have previously reviewed. But if you'll flip over to Exhibit A, you know when everybody's there. Okay, the next page is where we start with the red lines. The only changes, these are very minimal changes, and the reason that I'm suggesting the amendment for this is because after we had done the initial ordinance, we received a call from the Convocation Center, and that's not an ordinance. And in review of that, we also realized that the movie theater now also sells food, and the previous ordinance restricts them from being able to sell the alcoholic beverages that they are currently serving. So to bring everybody in compliance, and logically to do so, we have made a couple of changes on line 62. As opposed to just saying any school, we said I believe it would be beneficial for us to put zoned schools and churches in there, because we know that there are some churches that pop up and may have a temporary location which could have a conflict with the ordinance in the location of an alcoholic beverage or serving an establishment serving alcoholic beverages. We had moved number 4, line 66, to reserved, which was there before, ma'am.
Churches.
I'm sorry.
You said.
I'm sorry, schools or colleges, zoned schools or colleges, not churches. And that's both of the zoned in red there on 62 and 64. On page 80, this is a section, I believe this was in a previous one, but I left it highlighted just in case. If there is a discrepancy or questionable, most of these will be pretty much able to look at it and ascertain by mapping. But if it is questionable, to have someone go in and have to do a survey and expend that amount of capital without a clear need for it, particularly if there are the distances. If it's close to that distance, it just gives the discretion of the city manager to cause them to go ahead and do that survey. Next page, no changes. The following page, starting with line 141, if you'll skip down to 166 and 167. And that is where we had assumed on the, we discussed, but we didn't have it codified, that the establishment will also require a restaurant. So there is a mention of a restaurant in there, but it's not clear in the code. So in order for the ordinance to clearly state that, we added, which must include a restaurant as defined in section 922, subsection 17. The following page is where we added a couple of things, and this is where on page 187, 188, within the premises of the required adjoining restaurant, just to shore up the previous addition. And on page 194, 195, 196, and 197, it says the business is located within the premises of Clayton County Public Schools, Convocation Center located at 1300 South Lake Circle, are eligible for alcohol licensing by the city of Morrow at the discretion of the city manager and are exempt from the school distancing regulations. So that's just to make them inclusive in the ordinance as passed. Line 206, under 9-2-30 licensing fees. This is where we also added those as required for consistency in the ordinance. Where in line 206, we added movie theater or convocation center business serving on. And 209 is also the same verbiage there. And that is the extent of the changes we're suggesting for the amendment. And then if you'll look over on ordinances resolutions, that's ordinance 2025-07, and that's the official ordinances with the changes suggested that we propose and request that you pass again this evening. And any questions on that?
For an amendment to an ordinance, we just need one reading?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It was never officially signed, so we're amending the second reading passage. So we're okay till the signature is affixed and the seal is affixed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Baker.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see. I guess we'll wrap up the work session relatively quickly. Any questions or comments? Say it. Oh, yes, Mr. Aguilar, our city clerk, has some election updates he'd like to share with the public and the council.
Good evening, everyone. So as most of you know, today we commenced the first day of early voting, and the numbers is also available to the website. So we had a 32 total of in-person advanced votings today. We also did receive 3 absentee applications approved by the county already, but no ballots have been issued yet. That number may change tomorrow. Everything is going to be updated on a daily basis, and we have 0 provisional ballots. And I just want to remind everybody that the 2 city council post seats, 1 and 3, 1 and 3 are up for re-election this year, and early voting began today, and it will conclude on the 31st. And the polls are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the 2 weekend Saturday votings is October 18, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday, October 25, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. All of this is available on the website as well. I want to also remind that Senate Bill 202 made some changes regarding the drop box of the absentee ballots. Do not drop any, and there's a sign out there too, do not put any absentee ballots in the drop box located outside City Hall. The only absentee ballot is available in the polling location itself there during those times that early voting is opened. So you can come in there and drop your absentee ballot. Again, there's certain changes with Senate Bill 202 that require now the absentee ballot be monitored by a poll worker all the time, somebody from the poll office. There's a sign in there as well, and it's also, everything's on the website. And just one deadline to keep in mind is that October 24th is the last day to request an absentee ballot. Thank you.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
County is voting on Sunday, 2 Sunday dates,
That's correct.
and we're not.
Right, that's correct. So as you know, the county is in there as well too. So one side, because there's a statewide election for Public Service Commission, District 2 and 3. And I think they're conducting also the election for Forest Park, Lake City, and Jonesboro. So when you come in here, one side is for the county, and you can vote in the statewide elections, and the other side is for the city of Morrow. Only if you live in the city of Morrow, you are allowed to cast a ballot for the municipal election. It's pretty clear when you come in, but we do have, the county and the city of Morrow have different voting times. Again, everything's located at morrowga.gov. When you go to morrowga.gov in the home screen, the first thing that'll pop up is big letters that says, click here for more information for the 2025 municipal election. And when you click on that, it directs you back to the city clerk's tab. And every information can be found under the office of the city clerk.
Everyone can vote here during early voting.
That is correct. When it's early voting, if you just live in the county and you want to vote for and the county also has 2 referendums in the ballot as well. So if you are a citizen of and live in Cleon County, you can vote on that. So yes, if you just live in Cleon County, in one of the 7 cities in Cleon County, for early voting, you can cast your ballot at any voting location. On election day, you have to go to your assigned voting precinct. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll close the work session and get our regular meeting started at 7:30. That's it, that's all. All right. It is now 7:30. I'd like to call the October 14th, 2025 regular meeting for the City of Morrow to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. All right, looking at the agenda, we've got approval of the consent agenda, approval and adoption of the September 23rd, 2025 regular meeting minutes, September 23rd, 2025 work session minutes, as well as the September 23rd, 2025 executive session minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, there's a motion on the floor to approve. Let's take a vote. Ms. Nguyen? Aye. Ms. Dean?
Aye.
Mr. Vaughn?
Aye.
Ms. Knight? Aye. Consent agenda has been approved. We've got on our agenda ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance 2025-07, which is an amendment. Mr. Baker did provide us some information with regard to the changes for 2025-07. Let's see, Mr. Baker, did you want to provide any other clarifying information for the mayor or Mr. Vaughn while they are on during the meeting?
No.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and put it to a vote. Is there a motion to approve ordinance 2025-07 amendment?
Second.
Any questions or discussion while the motion has been seconded? All right, we'll take a vote. Ms. Nguyen? Aye. Ms. Dean?
Aye.
Mr. Vaughn?
Aye.
Ms. Knight? Aye. The amendment has passed unanimously. We are moving along in our agenda. General comments from the citizens and the audience. Not everybody at one time. All right. Any general comments from the council? All right. None. Any comments from the mayor?
No, ma'am, we're good. Thank you.
All right. Well, man, record time. All right. Let's see. So let's end the meeting. I'll call a vote to end the meeting.
Second.
All right.
Thank you.
All those in favor say aye. We all said aye.
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 We set the record. We did a minute.
All right, everyone have a good evening.
Thank you.